folks, it's ioEther and we're back with some more World Tanks. So, we have Papaphamtom in his 704. This is Northwest? Yay, I got the name right for once. This is obviously a tier 9 game, and he is top of the board. That's pretty awesome. So while he moves into position, just a few things I want to say. If you guys want to check out my Facebook, my Twitter, anything like that, if you want great ways to get a hold of what I post daily, those will be the links to check it, and they're in the description below. What else can I mention? If you guys want to really help me out, you can send me some cash via Patreon, which is a great way to support the channel and me directly without worrying about watching ads and stuff. Something as little as like $1 a month really does help me out, as weird as that sounds. And if I get enough cash that way, I can take the ads off the channel entirely, which is kind of what I want to do. What else do I need to mention? Oh yeah, well, if you enjoy this, please like or subscribe. If you want to see more of this great content, subscribing is the best way to do it. If you're already a subscriber, you know, every like really does help me out. Okay, so obviously Papa hates that particular shed, and it just needed to die. So he decided to kill it. And this is what happened. So, okay. Right, so we only have, what, 5 tanks heading north. Most of the rest of our tanks are spreading out along the south. We don't have anyone really in the middle, though we do have a scout, so the middle is really well protected. T-28 Prototype should move along this line. If he doesn't, I'm going to be really, really sad. And we actually need a couple more tanks south. But all that's going to be kind of put on hold as Papa starts entering sniper mode, which means he is thinking about shooting something. And we're really hoping that a nice, silly little enemy wanders through his view sights. Because honestly, that would be so much fun, right? Okay, so he's got a VKD at 1390. Why is the 1390 in the open? I don't know, but apparently he's suicidal. So I'm really hoping Papa obliges him. He does take out our scout, however, yeah. No! Okay, so the mistake Papa made right there was he zoomed in too far. In most cases, you want to be able to see the tank in the middle of your screen and see the outline. It will give you the best chance to react to what the tank is doing, especially if it's a fast tank. So, okay. So, I see this as something Papa's probably going to do a whole lot of, where he's zooming in just a tad too far. I don't know if that's because his mouse wheel is oversensitive, and he really doesn't mean to zoom in that far, or if this is just the playstyle he's learned. Either way, it's a slight mistake, and it's going to hamper how good you can be, Papa. Really. So, yeah, zoom one tick back out, and that will be just perfect. Zoomed in this far, you get tunnel vision much easier, and things like. So right now there's a 1390 that he could be shooting, but because of the fact that he zoomed in so far, doesn't see it. That's one of those things. Ooh, that's unfortunate for that poor T-34. Ooh, that's a T-95. And come on, roll into this. Ooh, well, okay, never mind then. That's a T-21 that is now dead. Because he rolled in front of a 704's gun. Yeah, that'll happen. Ooh, the T-95 is sticking enough of him out. No, don't shoot into the gun mantle. Don't shoot into the gun mantle. Oh well. So there's. Oh, so the 1390 is behind a cliff. He's not going to be able to shoot him, so he is looking for other targets. I am really happy to see that the first shot into the gun mantle obviously didn't penetrate, but then he doesn't continue to put shots into the gun mantle. That's good. Don't do that stuff. Ooh, yes! Don't shoot in the gun mantle. Unfortunately, I think that may have just blown his tracks off, which is fine. Now, For anyone who doesn't play this game a whole lot or doesn't really understand, I'm going to pause it right here. So this X in the center is green currently. That doesn't mean you have a shot. That doesn't mean you're reloaded or anything. That means that the armor you are facing is theoretically penetrable. It doesn't take into consideration the way that the angle is the armored. Wow, that the armor is angled or turned or anything like that. It just takes in the face value of the armor you're shooting at. But this indicator is a really great one as to whether or not you should take the shot. If it's green, 90% of the time the shot will go in, unless of course the angle is so obscene that you're just going to auto bounce off kind of thing. Or the other time you shouldn't take the shot when it's green is sometimes when you're aiming at tracks, it doesn't show the proper marker. If it's yellow, or orange-ish, like it was facing the front of the T95, but that shot must have just auto bounced. That was kind of weird. Oh, that's a Tiger P, isn't it? Yes, that's a Tiger P. That's why that didn't go in, because of the fact that the armor was so well angled that the shot just auto bounced off the much. What does he have the big gun? This I do not know. Yeah, 286 penetration on this gun. The Tiger P's front armor is 200 flat on. If it's angled, it will be higher than that, probably about 300 or so at that angle, which is why he didn't penetrate. Now, of course, so when he was looking at the T95, it was yellow and or orangish, if you want to be technical. And so that is a maybe. You might go through if you really want to. You can take the shot, but most of the time I don't take those shots. That's always going to be a tank, Papa. Unfortunately, that's one of those objects that looks like it's destructible, but isn't. Good, he's going to move up so he can get better shots. Yes and no about this. Yes, I think he should push up, but no, I don't think this is going to give him any better shots. The only way he's going to get a better shot is if he rolls around the side of that T95. Which it looks like he's going to try and do. Woot! That makes me happy. Okay. Ooh, beautiful shot by the artillery, knocking off half the T95's health. One last thing I want to note before we actually get into this awesome event that's about to happen. If the marker is red, don't even bother unless you're firing HE. Good, good, good. Ooh, beautiful shot in this to the side of the T95. I would have liked to have seen that aimed a little bit better before I fired again. It was a case of being zoomed in just a tad too far. Because of that, he couldn't tell exactly where he was shooting. The other thing is, I would have liked to have seen that shot go just a tad higher. Shot into the tracks. If he had aimed just a tad higher, he may have been able to... Ooh, that Tiger P did so incredibly dumb. It's not even funny. No, it actually is really funny. But anyways, so if he had aimed just a tad higher, he may have been able to penetrate the actual hull of the T95 and may have got a better shot off. He only did 689 damage, or... Ow, numbers. So hard sometimes. 681 damage to the T95. He aimed a bit higher. Maybe he would have rolled a little bit higher and gotten a full damage roll. May have even killed the thing. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter because it didn't happen. But this Tiger P did something silly. Now, he had bounced a shot earlier from the 7-4, so he decided that the 7-4 couldn't penetrate him, which was partially true. If he had rolled out just enough so his front armor was poking out, then if Papa decided to shoot at it, he probably would have bounced again. They rolled out far enough, they showed this vulnerable side armor. Side armor is nowhere near as thick as the front armor. It's like 50 or something. Papa could blindfold himself and fire through the side and kill this guy. And now the T95 is beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. T95 not paying attention, pulled back. If he had pulled forward, he would have been out of Papa's line of fire, but he rolled backwards, thinking that he needed to escape. He was panicking, he wasn't thinking it through, and it got him killed. Wow, I'm talking a lot in this game. Excuse me while I take a drink or I'm going to start coughing. Okay. So, now we're on a rampage to the base. I love that the Papa is this far pulled out. Wish he hadn't knocked down the tree. But that's okay. So, the reason he's this far pulled out is two things. First off, if he does spawn an enemy, he can see which way the enemy is facing. Second off, Northwestern has a lot of trees on it. If an enemy is moving over here and you notice a tree fall, you know exactly where that enemy is. You may not know which enemy it is, but you know that it is an enemy. Ooh, that's a tiger too. However, this is a downfall of being this zoomed out. Oh, you did hit him. Okay. Sorry, I thought that shot missed. Because I'm so used to zooming out immediately after firing. But that's okay. Now, Papa is making a mistake here. He is tunnel visioning in on, yep, there you go, on the tiger, and because of that, he's leaving himself out in the open. Now the tiger too pulled out back. Wow, my voice is going or something. The tiger too pulled back out in front of the 704's gun, which got Papa finish him off. But what Papa really needs to be doing is after he takes a shot, he needs to find cover. Now, either that's pulling back, or ooh, that's a beautiful shot. Please, please kill him. Nice shot, Papa. Beautiful, beautiful shot to finish off the Ramtal board trick at the end. Now, after Papa takes these shots, he really does need to be falling back into cover or pushing forward. One of those two. If you sit still after you take a shot, you're not going to be able to take another shot for a period of time. Doesn't matter if you're firing an autoloader, the fastest firing tank in the game, it does not matter what you're shooting. There will always be a delay between you firing and the next time you can fire. Now Papa jumps on the cap right here, they have won the game. Because there's no way the VK makes it back to the base in time, and there's no way he outcaps them. Now being as good a player as he is, he's probably going to jump off the cap anyway, and try and make it back. I do not think he will be able to though. No, apparently he has just given up on winning and is going to resign himself to death. So these two worked well together, and with the two of them working well, they pushed down this line to the victory. Unfortunately, Papa doesn't get his top gun, but it doesn't matter because he won the game for his team. 3,200 experience with premium, with his daily double, still completely worth it. Second class mastery badge. He also got fire for effect, duelist, and fighter, because they just shy of that top gun, sadly. Poor Btw I'd. He was in a bad spot, and you know, I mean, I'm sure he realized that after he died, but unfortunately, pre-dying, yeah. So he did 3,700 damage to 5 targets. That was really well. There was the opportunity to get a little bit more damage in there, but unfortunately, some shots were missed. But all in all, great game, great amount of damage. This gun actually, for one that often trolls people, didn't troll Papa all that much. And look at that, a little bit of spotting damage in, as I think he tracked the T95 before somebody shot him, or was it damage on the Tiger 2? I don't really know. Either way, and this of course was a Tiger 2 shot that would have knocked him down to almost dead if not killed him, and he managed to bounce it. Great job, Papa. Thank you so much for sending this in. This was a great game to watch and so much fun. And this was the first game I watched in a 7-4, and I really want to thank. At the same time, I really don't. That big alpha is something I like to only play with like once in a while. I'd rather the faster tanks. But this was a great game to watch. Thank you so much, Papa, for saying that. ioEther out.
Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more world tanks. Side scraping! How to counter a player who's side scraping. So the E100 is trying to side scrape. And you can see, let's see where, Ronick is actually firing at the engine deck of the enemy tank. And, well, that makes sense, because Ronick's gun is actually higher up than the enemy tank's engine deck, so he can aim down. And if he concentrates right, and if he, well, yeah, T-57. Really? How did you miss that shot on the T-57? Really? That was like a free shot. So the enemy E100 is getting really pissed that Ronick can somehow penetrate him without being, without exposing enough of his tank so that so this guy can kill Ronick. So Ronick's, again, gonna shoot for the engine deck.